Hello class, today we are doing problem 10 in 4.4 homework, and I will be solving it today for us. And ready, and let's get into it. So the first thing we have to do, we already have our problem here, secant 1/4 x plus 4 pi over 5. And to get this answer, we're going to first want to graph out the inverse of it. So y equals cosine 1/4 x plus 4 pi over 5. And to graph this, we're going to have to find a few things. First off, we're going to want to find the period. We're going to need to find the vertical shift, or the phase shift, sorry. Phase shift. Alrighty. And as we can see, there's no amplitude on this one because up here we have all clear in front of the cosine. So first off, we're going to find our period, and we know it's going to be 2 pi over b. And if we put in 1/4 there, we're going to end up with 8 pi, because 2 pi times 4 over 1 is 8 pi. Alright, and for our phase shift, we actually have to do c over d, it is. So it's going to be 4 pi over 5, so maybe 4 pi over 5 over 1 over 4. And when we multiply this, we get negative 16 over 5. So it is 16 pi over 5. So our phase shift is going to equal negative 16 pi over 5. So this is going to move our graph to the left. Right, so now that we have this information for our periods, we know that in our regular period, it's going to go 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, to 8 pi. Because this is our maximum here at 8 pi, and our minimum is 0 here. And we got our midst, and then our two other points here. But since we phase shift to the left, negative 16 pi over 5, we're going to have to change these values up a bit. So going negative 16 over 5 pi, and I actually save and copied this, so I can just go like this. So these are the values that we're going to have instead of our normal periods, because when we subtract negative 16 over 5 pi to each one of these numbers, we're going to be given with these new values. So for in term of 0, we have negative 16 pi over 5. For 2 pi, we have negative 6 pi over 5. For 4 pi, we have 4 pi over 5. 6 pi, we have 14 pi over 5. And for our last 8 pi, it turned into a 24 pi over 5. So we got these values here. And after you put all these values into a calculator for this, for the equation y equals cosine 1/4 x plus 4 pi over 5, you're going to be given these values. And after we get these values, we're going to want to graph this cosine function. We're going to just label it really quick with some stuff. Alright, we're going to put 4 pi there, 8 pi there. We're going to just do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to also do over here, we're going to put 4 pi, just to clarify where we're at. Alright, so the first one, 16 pi over 5, is going to be way over here. It's going to equal 1. Let me just use this nice red. 16 pi over 5 is going to be right around here. It's right in front of 3. So this is where our 5 is. It's going to be at 1. We got negative 6 pi over 5. It's going to be right here. And that's going to be at 0. And then we have 4 pi over 5. So that's about 1 pi is here. Go down to 0. And it's going to be 4. Right there, and then we got 14 pi over 5, so it's going to end right. This is 14 pi over 5, and that's going to equal 0 here. And then our last one is going to be 24 pi over 5, and that's just right short of 5 pi. And it's going to be at a 1, so right there. This is 24 pi over 5. So now we have our cosine graph here. We're going to just dot mark it. And obviously these marks would go down just like this, like they did on that side. Alright, and so since the secant is pretty much just negative, or the opposite of this, we're going to have to find our vertical asymptotes real quick for this, and we know that it's just going to be right on these dots here, because a whole period is going to be, or a whole period is much longer, but the vertical asymptotes show the peaks and where these split off. So for our secant, it's going to go down like that, down like that, and it's going to be the same right over here. It's just going to go boom, and boom. And as you can see, up here on our graph, the one we chose is A, and it looks just like what we did right down here in our graph. So it looks pretty good to me. I worked it all out for you guys, and I hope you had a great day.